Aquarius, thanks for stopping by. All right, we're going to do a love reading for singles and for those in relationships. So let's get into it. All right, Aquarius. So singles is over here. Couples is over here. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, this is the present, this is future, this is advice. Okay, so for singles, you probably went through something in the past, either like the ending of a longer relationship, or there was some sort of like breakdown of almost like what you believed you were passionate about, or what you believed gave you like strength, whether that's in a relationship or independently. It's interesting because I feel like there was a relationship that triggered it, you know, from your past. It may not have been the last one that you were in. It could have been, you know, from years ago, but maybe, I'm not really sure. Maybe you went out with somebody who reminded you of that person and it triggered some sort of, you know, like revisit to things that went on in that relationship. There could have been like cheating or lying or something like that that has happened in your past. You're definitely over it. For some of you, this was recent, or, you know, more recent. It could have been your last relationship. And so you've been doing a lot of healing from that. You've probably, even regardless of how long the relationship, and I use relationship loosely, regardless of how long it was, there was some sort of commitment where, like on some level, where things were going on that you don't believe should have, okay? You were probably in your head about it, but that's gone. You're really like recuperated is what I'm getting. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, so far there's nothing about meeting someone, okay? But that's changing, I feel. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So for some of you, whoever this is discussing, whether it's either or, you know, this could be for some of you, this could be for some of you. It doesn't mean it all has to be, you know, true for you, okay? But in one of these scenarios, that person may come back. Okay. Okay. For some of you, if they do come back, there was something about the balance in the relationship, okay? But you're going to recognize it this time around. I feel like this person is like emotionally unstable. Like seriously. For some of you, there's a realization. So it's almost like you meet someone and you feel like they're your soulmate or something, and it flips very quickly. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my puppy is just being so much right now. Okay. Here, come here. Sit. Okay. Sorry, guys. You're going to be like super thankful though that like you realize this. It's almost like you're thankful because there was a lesson that you learned, you know, before. And so when this person came in, it was like you recognized it almost immediately. So the soulmate thing that you were feeling was just the connection, I think. Because it was necessary for you to realize that that lesson, or whatever it is, okay, was learned, or even like confidence in seeing people, right, or seeing situations for what they are, okay? Yeah, because this is basically like that lesson or whatever it is, it's done with. It's like there's no need to think on it or ponder it or whatever, because moving forward, it will just keep happening the same. You'll recognize people for who they are and won't, you know, be hurt by it. So even though I'm saying, okay, somebody from your past might come back in and you're going to shut it down because you'll see them for who they really are. Or you're going to, you know, you might meet someone new and think they're like soulmate type energy, but you're just recognizing that connection because you learned a lesson from like people like this person, and you're going to shut it down immediately. However, once you realize this, it's going to bring more potential in for you, which means people, okay? So I see you with someone. It doesn't matter that it's not here in the cards. I do see you with someone after this, okay? Okay, so moving on to Those of you in a relationship. Okay. I don't know if this is you or them, but like there's like work that's needed, like effort needs to be put into. So, okay, that's good. Okay, effort needs to be put into the relationship. I feel like this is the other person because this Empress here is you right here. So I feel like you're like waiting to receive some sort of, like you're just sitting there waiting for this other person to get their shit together. Like, it's literally like, I just see you on this throne, like, prove to me you want to be with me type of thing. I don't think it's that dramatic, but it could just be like you have a lot going on and you might be like the go-to person in the family and you're just tired and you just want somebody to step up or something. Hold on, you guys. Cards don't want to come out. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If there's any arguing going on, or there has been in the past, you're moving on from that. The arguing's over. If there was any kind of ego stuff involved, you know, like you guys arguing because you both want to be right about something, like that's done with. In fact, I think you both are right because it feels like a feeling thing. Okay. So it's just acknowledging each other's feelings. But it's interesting too because there's this dependency that you're moving on from. It could also be like this is what this effort for the other person is all about, is like everyone in your family is so dependent on you and there's a need to move forward from there because it's too much for just one person kind of thing. Okay. I feel like this is your person. That's hilarious because it's the Knight of Pentacles, but he's like jumping off a cliff. I never noticed that. It's a bizarre picture. I don't use these cards very often because they're so difficult to shuffle, but I love them. Okay. Okay, no. Okay, so like your person, are they like, it's like, this is so weird. Do they do things like without thinking, or like without thinking about the consequences or how it affects like others like you know? Whether that's, it could be financial, it could be about like security or like safety. That could be part of this. You feel responsible for their safety because they're kind of like risky, but it's like they don't think. I don't know if that resonates for you guys, but I do feel like this person's got quite a sense of humor. So they might act kind of goofy or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's like, I just feel like sometimes you worry about their safety or like where their head is with certain things. They might be a little like impulsive. And then there's, I don't know a lot about crystals, you guys, but there's like a lot of pink crystals, so I don't know that much about that. I know like rose quartz is like heart chakra stuff, but I don't know if that has meaning for you, or there's another meaning for pink crystals for you. Okay. There's something about your person's behavior though. Okay. There could be like a bit of a separation. I don't feel like it's like an ending, but it just feels like sort of a separation. But then I feel like it's like something comes in that almost starts to build something. So so typically with the Ace of Pentacles, that's like new job or promotion. So it's kind of like a level up, whatever this separation is. And it doesn't have to be like a physical separation, be it like an emotional separation. But it's like because of that, there's like something new that comes in, or something new that brings the two of you together. So they're not showing me anything really. It could be that whatever the separation is, it causes like this realization of maybe the behaviors or the arguing or all the responsibility put on you or the lack of effort. And because of that, it's almost like you guys start back at ground zero kind of thing and start building your relationship again. Okay, so the advice. All right, so for the singles. Also, I just want to thank everybody who's like shared, subscribed, anybody who's left comments, all of my returning viewers, regardless if you're subscribers. I really appreciate you guys coming back. I know there's a ton of tarot readers out there, so the fact that you come back to see my readings means a lot to me. So thank you. Also, feel free to peruse any of my other videos. They are all timeless. Oh, there we go. I love that. You know what? That's all we need. Okay. So when I was talking about this lesson learned or this person that you meet or who comes back and, you know, you see things for what they really are, it's like you're realizing it, moving on, because you don't want anything less than perfect anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with like lying, cheating, whatever that is. It's like you want somebody who's confident and secure and has stuff going for them and, you know, has like integrity and is a leader and all the, you know, who wants to care for you as much as you want to care for somebody else. I mean, that's why you're looking for a relationship, right? So this is just walking away from the things that you know don't serve you anymore, you know? So that could be certain things that you look for in a partner that you're realizing like it doesn't even matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's like more important like bits to look at, right? Like on somebody who's honest, right? Or somebody who has empathy, you know, these sorts of things. All right, for the couples, I feel like when I was talking about the security, or not security, their lack of like safety or whatever that is about, and then like this, it's almost like a restart, right? You're starting back at like ground zero and building your relationship back up or your life or something like this. What is so interesting is like there's all this stuff, right? Like lack of effort and too much responsibility on you and the whole safety thing, just a lack of a sense of safety or whatever, or being like not careful about stuff. I'm not really sure, but it's like regardless of that, like I feel like you guys have a really solid or at least solid potential. There's a lot of potential here. Like I can feel your connection to this person. It actually does feel really grounded. But you know, you just have had some things going on, you know? So this building, like going back to zero and building, it might sound crazy, like why not start over or something like that with someone new, but it's just, whoever this is for, you're gonna understand what I'm saying. The good times far outweigh, you know, the bad times, and I don't think the bad times are really that bad, okay? Like, I'm sure you've been through it here and there, but this just feels like almost immaturity. Like, there might be like this little immature aspect to this person or something like that, but the point that I'm trying to make is like all these things you as a couple are going to move on from. So, you know, six months down the road after all of this, it's like you're not going to keep bringing stuff up. You don't revisit what has happened that you've moved on from. I think that's why I feel this stability with you guys, like this groundedness, because I don't know, it's just the way you two are together. Like it's like, okay, thank you for putting, you know, realizing you need to put more effort into this, whatever it is, you know, and this person starts putting the effort into whatever it is and does not stop, does not need reminders, does not need, you know, to revisit it, because it's a non-issue now. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's solid. At the core of it, it is solid. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure I get my point across, guys. Anyways, you guys are gonna move on from that. And I feel like this reverse emperor here, it has a lot to do with like the lack of effort, the safety thing, etc., etc. But like I said, they're gonna grow from it. You're gonna, move on from it. So it looks really good. All right, Aquarius. Well, I hope this helps someone, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.